Welcome back. Today we're talking about sales tax. Here's a few stats. So in the United States, 45 states have some type of sales tax. The only 5 states that do not have sales tax are New Hampshire, Oregon, Montana, Alaska, and Delaware. So a vast majority of us who sell taxable goods and services are required to collect sales tax when we are operating a business. So some people may be wondering, should I be collecting sales tax? There's 2 significant things that I actually came across. One, do you sell an actual taxable good or services? And 2, do you actually have a nexus? And a nexus is considered a significant presence. Like if you're selling something like every now and again, I don't think that it may necessarily be required of you to get a sales tax permit if you're just selling something every blue moon, just for the heck of it or something. But as a good rule of thumb, if you have made a business out of something and you're selling a good or a service that the state classifies as being taxable, then you do need to be collecting sales tax. Now, before you collect sales tax, it is, I don't know if they said it was illegal or prohibited. I don't know what the difference is, but you should not be collecting sales tax if you don't have a sales tax license. So the first thing you would need to do is actually register for a sales tax permit. And it's not necessarily an application. You're more so just going to your state's comptroller website and letting them know, hey, this is the business that I have and I need a sales tax license. Once you have the sales tax license, then at that point you start charging your consumer customers within your state sales tax on those taxable goods and services. So here's a few services that are pretty common that are taxable. Photography, construction, home design, a spa or massage services, restoration services. Some taxable services actually have a portion that is exempt from sales tax. So be sure to check with your own state's comptroller to see if your taxable service is due for all taxes or if any portion of those sales are exempt. Sales tax is due every quarter. So every 3 months, sales tax is due. So starting at the beginning of the year, the sales tax that you have collected for January, February, and March, those are due in April. Then sales tax that has been collected in April, May, and June, they're due in July, and so on like that. I know here in Texas, it's due on the 20th of the month following the end of the sales tax period. So for January, February, March, they're due the 20th of the next month. So it's like that all year long, every quarter. When you are collecting sales tax, you collect sales tax from a retail consumer. If you are selling to a business wholesale, but where they are going to then turn around and sell that product, you don't charge them sales tax because they are going to charge the end consumer sales tax. So that makes sense. When you are selling retail to your end customer, to just a regular consumer, a person who shops off your website, and it's for them, their personal use or for them, you charge them sales tax. If you are selling wholesale, you're selling your products to a retailer who's going to sell it in their store, then you don't charge them sales tax. They charge sales tax to the person who is buying it from them, who's using it for their personal use. 2 ways that you can actually apply this sales tax. You can add it to your final price, or you can have sales tax included in your price. So if you sell something that's $5, you can either say it's $5 plus tax, $5.25, or you can say it's $5 and that includes sales tax. So the sales tax is included in that $5. So your part is $4 and some change, And then that little bit that's extra that adds up to that $5 is what is payable to the comptroller. Okay, so here's the good stuff. So how do you start collecting sales tax? So first you need to know what your NAICS code is. That's the North American Industry Classification System. It's basically used for business statistics. So you need to know what your NAICS code is for your business. What category is this in? The code is not assigned to you. Nobody does it for you. You need to pick the code yourself that best describes your business. And I'll put that in the description box below that website so that you can go and see what your NAICS code is. So once you have your NAICS code, you will go to your state comptroller's website and you'll click wherever it is that says that you need to get a new sales tax permit. You can either use your social security number if you are like a sole proprietor or even an LLC, or you can use your EIN. I use an EIN because I wanted my business is its own entity, so I wanted everything to funnel through that business, not through me personally. You'll create an account and then you'll basically give them all of your information and they'll assign a taxpayer number to you, and then you'll get a nice little sales tax permit in the mail. The great thing about the Texas comptroller, and of course I can't speak on other states, is that they actually send you an email reminder saying, hey, sales tax is due in 12 days or 10 days or whatever. They remind you so that you don't, accidentally miss the deadline. For Texas, they actually give you a little discount for paying on time. So even if you pay like the day that it is due, if you pay it on the 20th, they give you like a really small discount. It's probably like 1 or 2% or something. There is a fine, however, if you do pay it late. There has been one time that I totally forgot to pay my sales tax, and that was like years ago when I had first started business, and I got fined $50. So it's not a lot, but it's $50 that you just gave away for nothing. So when you sell to retail customers within your state, you should always be collecting sales tax. The customer pays you the entire amount. From there, it's obviously going to go into like your bank account or whatever. The important thing for you to do is not to spend your sales tax. You need to make sure that you are keeping that. If you maybe aren't that good at maybe handling funds, maybe you want to set up a separate account to put your sales tax in. But to me, it's not that serious. You just leave it in your account. And then at the end of the quarter, you can actually go ahead and just, calculate how much sales tax that you owe, and you go ahead and pay it. You can also pay as you go. Let's say if you're getting a lot of sales and it's a lot of sales tax that you're collecting, you don't have to wait until the end of the quarter to pay it all at once. So to recap, if you are doing significant business in one of those 45 states that has some type of sales tax, you should be collecting sales tax after you get that sales tax permit. It is prohibited to collect sales tax without a permit, and you don't want to get caught doing that. I don't know what will happen. I'm assuming you'll probably get fined. I don't know, what happens, but of course you would never want to see that. You can pay online. You can pay using a credit card, or you can pay using like a bank account. For Texas, there is a fee if you use like a debit card or a credit card, but there is no fee incurred if you use like a bank account. Again, be sure when you make those sales on those taxable purchases that you keep that money in your bank account. Don't spend it. That's not your money. Even though it's all coming to you, it's not yours to keep. That's why it totally doesn't make sense to me when people have those, maybe they'll share it on social media, charge your worth and then add tax. Well, you don't keep the tax, you pay the tax to somebody else. So I guess they thought it was savvy, but in realistic terms, it doesn't make any sense, but whatever. So yeah, that's that on sales tax. It's really simple. It's not complicated. I know sometimes when you're starting out and you kind of don't know what to look for, it can seem like a lot, but sales tax is really easy. Just, again, get the permit, collect it and pay it, and that's all you have to do. And every quarter you do that, so you know when it's coming up. You'll never be sidetracked. It's always due on the 20th, unless like the 20th is like a holiday or something. So super easy. I'll put a few links in the description box below for you to check out, including finding your NAICS code and also a breakdown per state that might be useful for whatever state that you're in. And if you'd like more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and then ring the bell so that you know when a new video is uploaded. Thanks so much, and see you next video.